Pittsburgh student buses are now leaving. That's his first, team's second. That's his first, team's third. That's his first, team's second. And for Paducah Tilghman, number 35, Damon Rouse, replaces number 40, Justin Hancock.
Four of 9 from the field, 9 of 11 from the free throw.
The foul is on number 14, Baker. That's his second, team's fourth. Paducah Tilghman puts the ball into play, and from this point on, Tilghman will shoot the bonus. On number 50, Wilson, that's his second, team's fourth. East Porter puts the ball into play, and from this point on, both teams will shoot the bonus. Goal by Wilson. The foul whistle number 50, Wilson, that's his third. And the line, Adams for 1 and the bonus.
14 more shots than East Carter. They've made 5 more, though. Their percentage is at 41%. Evans has 9 rebounds already for East Carter. Baker at the line hits the free throw. Brandon Baker now has 5 points as he hits the front end of the 1+. Gross has 7 boards for Tilghman. Here's Baker again. It rattles, but it stays for him. 6 points for Brandon Baker. It's a 5-point game. 2:40 left in the half. Sutton at the top of the circle against the 2-3 zone. Now he walks out near midcourt. Now splits the defense to the left of the lane. Takes it up and in off the glass. Nice move by Terry Sutton. His first basket. That makes it 28-21. Ferguson's pass is knocked away right to Tivis. He drives inside. He's hammered in there. Go ahead.
They moved their defense up about 3/4 floor trap then. It paid off. They got their hands and deflected to there in the middle.
That time the trap paid off. That's the 5th team foul. So from here on out, Tilghman is in the bonus, but Tivis was fouled in the act, of course, so he'll have a pair here. And the lefty's first is good. A couple of weeks ago, Coach Miller called and said, look, I think Tivis should be player of the week here. And I'm beginning to see why he thought so. He's had a great year. And he's having a good game tonight. He's in double figures now with 10 points, 30-21. A 9-point edge for Tilghman. Here's their 2-2-1. And here's a long cross-court pass from Ferguson to Evans. He drives and lays it in. He rumbles to the hole and puts it home softly off the glass. 30-23. Sutton at the top of the circle to the foul line. The pull-up pop off the back of the rim, no good. Gross yet another rebound. Back up, blocked by Evans. Tivis rebounds. He scores, and he's fouled by Sargent. I haven't signaled that the basket is good. I feel certain that it will be, however. Yes, Tivis. He has 12. He'll look for 13 at the line. Sargent picks up his second foul. And all of a sudden, it's a 9-point edge again, 32-23. Vic Adams is into the game now for East Carter. Checking in here at the dead ball. Tivis hits the free throw. 13 points for Donald Tivis. 2 minutes to go. First half, 10-point lead for Tilghman. Baseball pass up the floor to Vic Adams. Now to George Adams, his brother, and about in backcourt. Adams having some problems. Gives it up to Evans. Hooks it back outside to Baker. Brandon Baker with a left-hand dribble, reverses back to the right side of the key, gives it up to George Adams, deep on the right sideline. Adams holds and now gives to Baker with a minute 35. Brandon Baker has already dribbled to Adams on the right side. Adams looks in at his brother Vic, can't find him. Now he goes low to Baker. Brandon along the baseline. Stops, goes up from the left side, missed the shot, left it short. Michael Wilson, who's back in for Tilghman, rebounds, and he gives to Tivis. Tivis left side to Gross. He drives, lay it up, no, and let's see. He was fouled as he started to the hole. With a minute 15 left in the first half, Bobby Gross will be on the line. Evans picks up his first foul.
Tug Evans, a moment ago on this end of the floor, made one of the best moves to the basket for a boy his size I've seen in a while.
Since Frank Cornett, maybe, huh?
Yeah,
Bobby Gross at the line, puts it up, and it rims out. No good. I'll tell you what, when he's in there, and now Vic Adams in, you got a couple of space eaters there for East Carter.
They're two good-sized boys there.
Gross getting ready for his second shot, and he misfires again. George Adams with a rebound. Every time I say his name, I think of the former Kentucky running back, now with the New York Giants. Baker over the stripe, dribbles to the right of the lane. Stops, now to Adams. George, down low it goes. That is Baker. He's underneath for another basket, or rather Evans. Another hoop. He has 14. 33-25, an 8-point lead for Tilghman as the Raiders hang tough. Sutton top of the circle in the paint to Wilson. Nice fake. He got Evans to commit. He missed the shot, and Evans comes up with a rebound. Gives it up to George Adams. Adams dribble drive to the dotted line. Tries to get it down low to Vic Adams, and it's kicked away.
I can't decide right now if East Carter is inviting them to take that shot there by splitting that zone out front, or if they just normally play it that way.
Lance Neal is in for Tilghman. Gross will get a breather. He's earned it. Baker, baseline right side, has 5 seconds to get it in. He beats the count, gets it into George Adams. Now Brandon comes to take a handoff, and he dribbles it out front with 33 seconds left in the first half. Baker works to the right of the key, guarded there by Sutton. Out front to George Adams. Tivis is watching him. Adams to the right of the lane. Out front to Baker. Baker with 20 seconds, works to the right side, long range. Out to George Adams. Little delay game here by East. Now Ferguson comes out to take a handoff and help out. Hands outside to Baker, 10 seconds. Baker down the right of the lane. Baker stops to George Adams, who's open at the foul line. His jumper is good.
That's what we called in our offense last year. We called that a three-guard offense. We used it quite a bit.
Tilghman, and it's the Tornado with a 6.27. Donald Tivis quickly gets it inbounds to Terry Sutton. Damon Rouse is starting the second half for Tilghman, along with Bobby Gross and Michael Wilson. Gross with it now out to Sutton. Terry Sutton throws it away, intercepted by Evans. Up ahead it goes to George Adams. Adams lets Sutton run by him, and George lays it in. It's a 4-point game, 33-29. Tivis, right side of the circle, bounces out front to Sutton. Right side to Gross against that zone. They look in, they go to Wilson, he turns, fakes Evans, puts it up off the rim, and Evans collects his 11th rebound. Boy, he's played a game. Gives to George Adams, and now to Baker. Brandon Baker across the time stripe. Carrick Dyer and Joe Sargent also in there for East Carter. Sargent handles it now at the top of the key. Sargent puts down a dribble, bounces it off there to Baker, the lefty in the air, swisharoo. Brandon Baker from just off Vine Street there. He was way out, 33-31. Tivis drives inside, and he's in some contact with Baker and a block on Brandon Baker. That's his third foul and the team's first.
Doug, notice that East Carter has closed a gap out here at the start of this half. Those two guards out front on that zone. They're way in close now.
33-31. 7:03 to play in the third quarter, and Tilghman leading. And with the ball, Sutton at the top of the key. At the foul line now, his jumper is off the rim. Rebound Gross, baseline right side, puts it up, not there. Rebound kicks out to Tivis, a whistle, and a foul against East Carter. That's going to be their second team foul. And Baker picks up his fourth, and his dad is going to have to take his son out. And into the game for East Carter. We've got a man that we don't have down here in our roster. We'll have to check this out here a little bit. Wilson, little baby hook in the paint that is no good, and Carrick Dyer comes up with a loose ball. Carrick Dyer gets it up to Evans. It's fumbled off his hands and retrieved by Sutton. Sutton bounce pass. The paint goes to Gross for the left-handed layup. That is good. Bobby Gross with 8 points. So it is now 35-31, and East Carter having trouble getting the ball in bounds, and now a foul against Sutton. That's his first and the team's first.
Doug, East Carter is moving the ball up the floor a little faster this quarter.
I don't know who the new man is for the Raiders. It's a number 20, and we don't have that in either our program or another roster that we have. I don't think the official book has it also. And wouldn't you know, now he's handling the ball. He works off to the left side. I can't read the name here on the back of his shirt. Sargent at the top of the circle. Bounce off on the right side. That's George Adams with it. Fakes left. Dribble drives right to the baseline. Pulls up. It won't go. The rebound volleyballed around, and Sutton comes up with it. Sutton toward the top of the key. Bounce off on the left side. Here's Tivis from long range. Got it. Donald Tivis with 15 points, and it's 37-31. George Adams, a long lead pass into the front court, and now a whistle, and we've got a timeout being called for by East Carter. 7 and East Carter 31. This is the Kentucky 11 sophomore in there for Tilghman. A pass down low for Evans of East Carter, and he lays it in off the inbounds play. 37-33. Tilghman by 4 and with the ball. Donald Tivis, right side to Gross. Against the 2-3 zone. Gross looking out front to Tivis. Tivis looks low to Gross on the right wing. His jumper is off the mark, and a rebound pulled off by Calhoun. Jack coming ahead. Number 20 in your program. Left side to Dyer, out front to Calhoun. Jack takes a look around. He dribbles out near midcourt with Tivis after him. Left side in backcourt to Dyer. 5 minutes to play in the third. Back to Calhoun to Dyer, left of the key. Dyer looking, bounce on the left side to Evans. Evans looking low, back instead to Dyer. 4:50 left. Dyer dribbles in a little bit, bounces it off to Adams at the free throw line. Down low on the baseline. The jumper missed over there by Sargent, and the rebound out to Tivis. Donald on the run, between the leg dribble, almost a little too fancy. He lost the dribble, but he gets it back. A pass down low is deflected. Saved back inbounds by George Adams to Dyer. It's 2-on-1. Dyer to the hole, fouled against Tivis. That's his second and the team's second. 37-33, and you wonder, Tommy, if the Tornado is a little bit surprised that East Carter's still hanging around.
I tell you what, I think East Carter made an adjustment definitely on that 2-3 zone at halftime, and they're not inviting them to take that shot, and I think that's caught Paducah by a little surprise right now.
Dyer, a deep crouch, puts it up and no good. He goes way down, almost like you would see a baseball catcher. Have you ever seen anybody shoot that way?
Very often, yeah.
He's way down. There he goes. Sits down. Up. And good. Well, he made 1 out of 2.
I've seen him get low, but not that low.
37-34. It's a 3-point lead for Paducah Tilghman. Here comes the Tornado. Across the stripe, Tivis. Right side to Gross. Down in the corner to Rouse. Damon with a lob inside. It's too tall. It's knocked out outside. Recovered by Dyer. Throws it behind his back. Retrieved by Phil of Tilghman. And Phil is fouled by